Hey YouTubers, how's everybody doing on this fine hump day? I saw something on the internet yesterday that just really upset me. It's one of the saddest things I've read in a long time. This young man, 22-year-old young man from Australia, I don't recall his name right now, he came to the United States on a baseball scholarship from Australia, and he decided to attend a college in Oklahoma. Well, everything was going fine, and he had a girlfriend, and his life was going great, and he was a good student, and typical story. Really good baseball player. All of his teammates liked and respected him. His coach thought he was great. Anyway, I guess it was last Friday, this young man was out jogging, and these three young teenage boys, I think they were like 15, 16, and 17 years old. Well, they told the police, one of them told the police later that they just did it out of boredom. They were just bored and they wanted something to do, so they decided they were going to kill somebody. Oh, we're bored, so we're just going to go kill somebody. Well, this poor guy just happened to be, out there jogging. They got it. These three guys got in a vehicle, driving around, and they saw this young man jogging, minding his own business, and they shot him in the back. The article didn't say how many times they shot him, only that they shot him in the back. And apparently, I think they said that he stumbled into somebody's yard, or was it something? I think it was that he stumbled in somebody's yard, but anyway, he died. Never made it to the hospital. And the police report I read, the one police officer who would speak about it, said that, as I said, when they questioned him, at least one of the young men, I guess they were all like laughing and stuff, and the one young man said that they were just sitting around, watching TV or whatever. They were bored, and they decided that they were going to go kill somebody. It didn't matter who. They were just going to pick somebody and kill him, just for the fun of it. That was the words he used, just for the fun of it. So they killed this young man just for the fun of it. And when I read that, I just thought, what in the hell is going on in this country? What's going on in this country when you have teenagers? I've even heard stories of teenagers younger than that, just going around, killing people, raping, committing other violent acts and crimes, just because they're bored, or just because they think it'd be fun. What the hell is going on in this country? Where are these kids coming from? Where in the hell are they coming from? What kind of parents do these kids have? I've heard before, in some of these instances, when they get to interviewing the parents of the person or persons that committed the violent act or crime, when they get to interviewing the parents, they had no idea that, that their kid or kids were like that. They had no idea. They didn't give any kind of sign or signal that there was anything wrong or blah, blah, blah. You know what? If you're not paying close enough attention to your kids to see, there are warning signs, and if you're not paying attention enough to see these signs, then you are a terrible parent, and you don't deserve to have children, and they should be taken away from you and raised by somebody that's got some damn principles, and somebody that will give the kid the attention and the discipline Yes, discipline that they need. Kids need discipline, even more so when they're teenagers, you know? And some people would say, oh, I don't believe in corporal punishment, I don't believe in spanking a child, or blah, 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 blah. You know what? When I was growing up, I got it. I got spanked. First it was the hand and then the belt, you know? Yeah, when I didn't behave, when I didn't show the discipline that my parents were trying to teach me, the self-discipline that would later get me through life, yeah, I got whacked. Sure, you know. I wouldn't say that I was beaten, you know, I wasn't, you know, beaten bloody or senseless or anything. But yeah, I got whacked. You know, I got spanked. And you know what? I'm glad I did. I'm glad that my parents, you know, had sense enough to know that you have to teach your kids limits. You have to, and you have to instill in your kids, through religion or whatever, you have to instill in them that human life is valuable, and that people matter, and that you don't just do terrible things because you think it'd be fun, or because you just don't care, you know. I don't know what kind of parents these kids have. I have no idea. But one thing I do know, even though I've never met these parents, they did something wrong raising these kids. Each set of parents of these three boys, I don't know, I don't think they're brothers. If they are brothers, then it's one set of parents. But the parents of these boys screwed up somewhere raising these kids. They screwed up. And if they come on the media, out in the media, when this thing goes to trial or whatever, and they say, well, we had no idea. If you're that clueless, then you, the parents, should go to prison too. Go right along with them, because that's where you belong. I am sick and tired of hearing this kind of crap. And now here's these young boys. The oldest one isn't even 18 years old. You know, 15, 16, and 17. And here's these young boys throwing their lives away. Over what? Because they thought it would be fun to kill somebody. You know? That's another thing. All these violent video games. These people make these video games. Oh, well, no, that has nothing to do with it. These violent video games don't make these kids do this kind of shit. Oh, yes, they do. Because it desensitizes them to killing. They see this and they go, oh, okay, well, let's try this in real life, you know? Kids are stupid, okay? Especially young boys. Young boys are not very bright. And they will see this stuff, a lot of them will see this stuff and go, hey, I wonder if it'd be just as much fun to do it in real life, you know? Or they just get to the point where, you know, they don't care. They have no value for human life, and they just, hey, let's just go kill people, whatever, you know? They get involved in these gangs and shit. You know, it's the parents' responsibility, people. It is not the responsibility of the rest of us to raise your children or to try to teach your children values. You, the parents, have to teach your children values. So get off of your lazy frickin' asses and teach your kids the right values. Take their goddamn video games away from them. Their damn, you know, what is it, Grand Theft Auto and shit like that. Take their fucking violent video games away from them and say, listen here, you're not going to do this shit. You know, you're not going to be like this. I'm going to teach you better. It's up to you. You're responsible as their parents. And if you don't take that responsibility seriously, this is the kind of shit that can happen. An innocent person loses their life. sometimes more than one person. You know, I'm glad I'm not a parent. I really am. That's a hard job. I understand that's a hard job. But you know what? When you decided to have kids, you took on that responsibility. And by God, it's up to you to teach them better than this. And like I said, if you don't, then you deserve to go to prison right along with your kids. So, okay, that's the end of my rant. I've said all I want to say about this. My heart goes out to the family and friends and girlfriend of this young man whose life had so much promise, who was doing so well and had such a great future, only to have it taken away for this unbelievable reason, just because somebody else thought it would be fun to kill him. Didn't even know him. You know, people, this shit has to stop. And it starts with the parents. The parents! Don't sit up there with these reporters with their cameras and their microphones in your face and say, I don't understand why they did. Yes, you do, because you're a shitty parent, or you're shitty parents. Only shitty parents raise shitty children. Get that through your heads. Alright, I'm done. Till next time, this is still Sexy Butch, wishing you peace and love, lots of love, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Even, you know, I know this wasn't a pleasant video, but I had to get it off my shoulders, and I think that, you know, I really want some comments on this. I want to hear what you all have to say about this. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.